Hi everyone, I just wanted to make this video because I am absolutely blown away by the response of my first video. I did not expect all that attention, love, support, and how many people messaged me with kindness and their own stories. I did not expect that video to blow up like that. I really just wanted to share my story and my message and to get people to know that they are strong no matter what they're going through. So to hear from, I don't know, at least 100 people and hear their support or their stories or what they're going through really touched my heart, and I am just feeling so loved and supported and empowered by other people's stories. I definitely feel a lot more confident now going through everything. It has given me a piece of extra strength and the ability to get outside of myself and my own feelings and to remember that I can help people as a whole. You know, it's not just about me. And that has been really positive, and it's given me a lot of strength and just encouragement. You know, these next couple of months, this next year is going to be really difficult, and I feel so blessed that I posted that video, because knowing that I've touched so many women's lives or other people's lives, I will forever be thankful for that. And I'm thankful for everyone who watched my video. I mean, it has hundreds of views, and I just was not expecting that. I just thought, you know, my immediate family or friends would watch it, knowing kind of what I'm going through. But I'm very blessed, and I just want you all to know that my heart has been really softened. You know, it's really hard to be strong and to not harden your heart when you're going through so much. And, you know, I just feel that extra softness that you all have brought into my life, even people who I've never met. Just the messages and comments, I just sat there crying. It was very empowering, and I'm gonna take that into every doctor's appointment every week and just remember that. So not only did I want to thank everyone for their comments, I wanted to talk about what endometriosis even is. Like I slightly mentioned in my other videos, I do have two other chronic illnesses, and but endometriosis is obviously what I'm going through the most right now, so I really wanted to educate about that. So endometriosis is often a painful disorder in which tissue similar to the tissues that normally lines inside of the uterus grows outside of the uterus. Endometriosis most commonly involves your ovaries, fallopian tubes, and the tissue lining your pelvis. Usually it can also grow in your organs or around your bladder and stuff like that. Let's see. With endometriosis, the endometrial-like tissue acts like an endometrial tissue would. It thickens, breaks down, and bleeds with each menstrual cycle. But because this tissue has no way to exit your body, it becomes trapped. Let's see. When endometriosis involves ovaries, cysts can form, and I definitely have a huge problem with cysts. During my first surgery, they popped quite a bit of them. I can't remember the exact amount, but one of my ovaries had a lot more than the other, and it definitely is a huge problem for me. Surrounding tissues can become irritated and inflamed, eventually developing scar tissue and adhesions, and it can just cause pelvic tissue and organs to stick to one another. So this tissue that's usually in your uterus starts growing other places. My surgeon said that my endometriosis is all around my ovaries and fallopian tubes. That's kind of the breeding ground where a lot of mine is, and that's quite frustrating because obviously that's where my eggs are. That's what they need to harvest my eggs. So it's quite scary to know that that's kind of where it all originates. And I am resourcing, or my source is the Mayo Clinic and things like that. I did write some of this, but there's a lot of good sources out there that I've just wanted to read from, because obviously I know what endometriosis is, but I thought it would be better to put it in, more official terms. I also wanted to talk about where endometriosis can occur. The most common sites of endometriosis include the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, the uterus, the space between the uterus and the rectum, the space between the uterus and the bladder, which is also me, the outer surface of the uterus, which is also me, and then the lining of the pelvic cavity. They can also include your intestines, your rectum, your bladder, the vagina, the cervix, and the vulva, and abdominal surgery scars. So it's a lot of the reproductive system, and it can get into your organs and just start breeding there. I also wanted to talk about the symptoms of endometriosis, because I think it's really important to shine light on this, because you never know, you might have it, or someone might have it, and I think it's really important to know. So my personal symptoms include constant pelvic pain. Kind of how I would describe a normal person's severe period cramps. I'm constantly hurting in my uterus, fallopian tube area. My back always hurts. I do have fertility issues. Luckily, that's not going to be an issue soon. When I did have a period, I used to have like 2 periods a month, and I still have a lot of crazy period symptoms if I do. There can be pain during intercourse, and painful urination is another big one, or painful bowel movements, and also other gastrointestinal issues like IBS and stuff like that can be a sign if you have a combination of all of those things. It also is important to note that the amount of pain a woman has nothing to do with the severity of what is inside her. So my surgeon always says, some people have 1 speck and their pain is on a scale level of 10. And some women are absolutely riddled with it and have stage 4, yet they don't have any symptoms. So endometriosis is quite interesting. It's very different for everyone. And I think it's important to discuss it and talk about it, because a lot of women get dismissed and say, oh, that's just normal. Everyone cramps, or everyone has hard periods. No, super heavy flows are not normal. Multiple periods are not normal. Constant cramping, even not on your period, is not normal. And I think that needs to be discussed more often, because a lot of young women are coming out and saying, hey, I'm having weird symptoms, but they often get overlooked. And that is something normal with chronic illnesses in general that should not be normalized. We need more medical professionals and just people that listen and that say, hey, let's look into things, because that should not be right. So I just, again, wanted to thank everyone for their positivity, their love, support. I greatly appreciate it. I really needed it. And I want to be here to educate. And I know this video might seem kind of all over the place. I'm still in school. I am kind of in finals week right now. But I still wanted to share my gratitude and a little bit about endometriosis. So thank you for listening. Thank you for all the love and support, and I hope you guys have a great week.